It's Gorman in the morning with Fletcher and Ryder. Now, 92 KQRS.
Gorman in the morning on Minnesota's 92 KQRS. Good Thursday morning. It's August 21st. Nothing going on today.
Nothing.
Nothing at all.
Nope.
Nothing. No place in town will 250,000 people be hanging out.
It'll be a really quiet day.
Hello, Minnesota State Fair. Let's roll. For the next few hours, however, we're going to be right here at the comfy home studios of KQRS. I'm sitting alongside Paul Fletcher.
Good morning and happy Thursday. Happy day one.
Ryder.
Get in my belly!
Let's do some eating,
Correct.
Man, let's go.
Correct.
It's time to strap on a feed bag, ladies and gentlemen.
Correct.
And maybe go ride or two. You know? Why not?
You got to do the eating and the rides on 2 different days.
Yeah. No, really. That's see, I pack it all in, man. I don't know how many times I'll be there, but I do it all.
You're going to pack your belly and then you're going to go ride the zipper. Is that what you're telling me?
Whatever it takes.
Good Lord.
Whatever it takes. I'm feeling Minnesota more today than ever. So for right now, how about some headlines?
All right, day one of the Minnesota State Fair. Gates open at 7 a.m. Tickets are up $2 from last year, so it's $20 at the gate to get in. You can find KQ the outdoor lounge at the corner of Cooper and Lee. We've got a full line of brand new shirts. For me, though, it's always about the food. 33 new foods this year. Last year, the new food that got the most buzz was the deep fried ranch. I was on the beach last year. I didn't go anywhere near the fair. Did you guys try the ranch?
Yes.
How was it? I'm meaning to try it this year because the lines were too long.
It was exactly what you expect.
Okay.
Did the job. But it wasn't like there was a hint of paprika. There was nothing odd or unexpected. It was just great. It was deep fried goo with ranch dressing in the middle.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. Would you get it again?
No.
Okay,
no.
Fair enough.
If it was deep, I'd go for some deep fried Roquefort, some blue cheese dressing, sure.
I'm
try it.
I'm truly not trolling. I'm just saying if it showed up at the lounge today, you would have one.
Oh, no question.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right. I was just curious, getting a gauge of what it's like. You can find the KQ Outdoor Lounge at the corner of Cooper and Lee. We sure hope you'll stop by, say hey, give me a high five, give us a high five. We've got a full line of brand new shirts, and we've actually got a couple like hoodies and a flannel.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, the
I'm
gear
so
is
excited.
legit.
Everything's in my favorite color: black, light black, and bluish black.
Yeah.
Like, dude.
I wear black on the outside because black is what I feel on the inside. No one saw that Morrissey coming this morning.
No.
Oh, my God. There are 33 new foods to try this year. You know what? I've struggled to find one that is there a buzz? Like last year, when like day one started, maybe the buzz will start today, right? When people start getting out there and experiencing.
Yeah.
But like immediately last year, the one thing everybody was talking about was deep fried ranch.
Yep.
Which I have to try at some point this year, I think.
Give it a couple of days and there'll be some hot gossip about what everybody's eating. So,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And we will all be out there, right? 11 to 1?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Minnesota is raising minimum wage. It'll climb 28 cents. The state Department of Labor and Industry announced yesterday that Minnesota's minimum wage rate for all employers will be adjusted for inflation to $11.41. The changes will take effect on January 1st, 2026, and represents a 2.5% increase on the current state minimum wage.
That's awesome. It's only 40 years after it should have happened.
Yeah, 28 cents, too. It's going to make a huge impact on people's lives, I'm sure. Noel Gallagher is proud of his brother Liam. This is we don't get a lot of sentimental, emotional moments from Oasis, so I thought I would share this. It's pretty cool. In a new interview, Noel said, "Liam's smashing it. I'm proud of him. I couldn't do the stadium thing like he does. It's not in my nature, but I've got to say, I kind of look at him and I think, good for you, mate. He's been amazing. It's great just to be back with Bonehead and Liam and just be doing it again. I guess when it's all said and done, we will sit and reflect on it, but it's great being back in the band with Liam. I forgot how funny he is." It's kind of cool.
Yeah, the only person on earth who forgot how funny Liam Gallagher is. That's how brothers operate.
That's totally true. He also expressed being blown away by the response of the reunion tour, admitted to being underestimating the tour's intensity and feeling overwhelmed by the experience. So,
bravo. Well, that probably explains why they're undoubtedly going to do it again next year. Despite them saying no, they're just waiting to announce those days. There ain't no way they're pulling the plug on this thing.
You think new music comes out of this too? No? They'll just keep doing this?
They got the hits. They nailed them.
Yeah, you know why? Because Noel's a realist, and he goes, nobody wants to hear a new song from us. They'll play it once and put back on Wonderwall.
Yeah,
That's how that
those
works.
checks.
After decades behind bars, the Menendez brothers will make their cases for parole starting later today. Eric and Lyle Menendez were sentenced in 1996 to life in prison for the murders of their parents in 1989. They became eligible for parole after a judge reduced their sentences back in May from life in prison without the possibility of parole to 50 years to life, making them immediately eligible under California law because they were under the ages of 26 when they committed their crimes. A panel of parole hearing officers will evaluate the brothers individually. Eric starts today. Lyle will be heard tomorrow. And there's legitimately been a movement to get these guys released.
Sure. Well, if what they say is true about how they were raised and in the manner in which they were raised, then this is what I don't. Doesn't mean a thing to me if they get on or get out, stay in. I don't know what really happens, so it's not. But the one thing I will say I hope is if they get released, they both have the wherewithal to just go to like Kansas.
Yeah.
Just go to a small town in the mountains. Go somewhere and just go have a life that actually makes sense. I don't want to see them doing all the media stuff. Just go away for your own sake and for mine.
Yeah.
Just what would be so wrong with that?
For their sake, but mostly for yours.
Yeah, but that's what I'm getting at. Don't do the West Memphis 3 thing. Don't do the circuit. But thankfully, they've also gone away. They realized, and don't get me started on that.
It's not going to be any fun. It's not going to be any fun. You're getting out of prison. Go enjoy yourself. If you get out. Peter Gabriel's concert from September 26, 2010 in Verona, Italy, will be released on Blu-ray October 10th, titled Taking the Pulse. He's backed by the New Blood Orchestra. So this, I listened to a clip of a song. This is a full-blown orchestral performance, and it's pretty beautiful.
Like S&M Metallica? Like S&M Metallica?
More than that.
Okay.
So strip away a lot of the guitars, although, Peter Gabriel, I wouldn't be described as guitar-driven, but strip away traditional instruments. It's mostly an orchestra backing, I should say. Okay. Those are traditional instruments, but traditional rock and roll.
Gotcha.
The film was directed by his daughter, Anna Gabriel, so that's kind of cool.
Nice.
That'd be, when is that? October 10th. That'll
nice.
be out. A man in Canada was charged after he allegedly assaulted an intruder that broke into his home. Here is Ontario Premier Doug Ford talking about how he would beat up a guy if he broke into his house. Keep in mind, this is the brother of Rob Ford, the Toronto mayor.
Mayor.
Was the crack mayor. Yeah. This is
Canada's
his brother.
own Marion Barry.
Yeah, check this out.
Here we go.
So this criminal that's wanted by the police breaks into this guy's house. This guy gives him a beating, and this guy gets charged. Something is broken. I know if someone breaks into my house or someone else's, you're going to fight for your life. I'd be scared to break into Kevon's house. Look at that. He's like a linebacker. He'd beat the living crap out of the guy, as he should.
Yeah, there's no good reason for you to be in my home after I've locked the doors.
Yeah.
But I don't care. Knock, ask for help. Don't come in.
Even in Canada?
Even in Canada.
What if it's just to borrow some syrup?
You know what? They have an underground railroad syrup exchange system up there.
Yeah, you're safe. Yeah. You can always get syrup on the black market if you need to.
You can always find syrup in Canada.
I think it's interesting that his poll ratings may go down. This Ontario Premier, because he referenced somebody and called him a linebacker, not compared him to hockey.
Fair enough.
His popularity may dip significantly in Canada.
Well, like I've always said, if you're ever in Hamilton, go to the CFL Hall of Fame, the best 3 minutes of your life. Hey, WNBA last night, local legend Paige Beckers, who's doing her part to make us all forget about Caitlin Clark. Yeah. Most ever points for a rookie, 44 in Los Angeles last night for the Pride of Hopkins, Minnesota.
Yeah.
17 of 21 from the floor, 4 for 4 from behind the three-point line. They did, however, lose the game on a buzzer beater, but hey, you know what? 44 points, first rookie to ever score that many in a game.
Yeah.
Rock on Paige Beckers.
Go Buckets.
Offensive coordinator Wes Phillips of the Vikings was talking about J.J. McCarthy yesterday and asked if anything had surprised him. And he said, no, we drafted him. We thought he was good. The intangible stuff outside of playing the position is what attracted us to him in the first place. He's going to learn, and he will make mistakes. But here's the thing. He never makes the same mistake twice.
Nice.
That's all I need to hear from my quarterback, assuming he can learn how to throw with some touch. The off the field, the intangibles, the intelligence, the emotional intelligence, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Man, if your quarterback doesn't have that, as a long-suffering fan of the Tennessee Titans, trust me when I say it ain't about the arm, it's about the head. So that feels pretty good. JJ is primed right now. It's kind of like the song says, sort of. If you can't make it here, you can't make it anywhere, bud. You got the right coach, the right system, the right offensive line, the right weapons. Let's go, JJ. No pressure. Hey, the Twins lost last night. Gave up a 2-run homer in the 10th inning to the West Sacramento Athletics yet again. This is really not worth talking about, other than some of the people at the stadium. If you were watching the game or listening, you did hear throughout the game the sell the team chant. So let's keep that going.
Yeah.
It's not going to do anything, but it does make us feel kind of good. I mentioned yesterday the Yankees had 9 home runs 2 days ago. Yeah. They had 5 last night. This is 14 home runs in 2 games. The only team to ever do that before was the 1999 Yankees.
Holy God.
It's just going to make it all the more delicious when they lose in the playoffs.
Well, yeah.
I love that they're getting excited right now in New York.
Doesn't the long ball generally translate into lack of success in the postseason? Because when you're counting on that, if the bats go quiet,
if you're
done.
counting on it, you're going to face actually really good pitchers who've put their teams into playoff position, and they're not going to throw you what you want to hit.
Right.
Falcon Heights.
Oh,
what's up, Falcon Heights?
That makes sense.
Yeah.
They're getting ready for a storm today.
Oh,
a storm
they most certainly are.
Human proportions, yeah.
Glad to have you listening, Falcon Heights. We'll see you soon. How about that,
Enjoy
baby?
the peace and quiet for another 54 minutes.
Hey, I don't know. I'm not going to ask anybody how much you make, but do you feel like you need to make more? You're probably not doing as bad as you think comparatively anyway. We've got the lowest paying jobs in America. We'll share them with you. A few surprises.
Gorman in the morning. Coming right back. 92 KQRS. Streaming from 92KQRS.com. Gorman in the morning is back. 92 KQRS.
There's a list of the lowest paid jobs in America. And a few of these, I guess, make sense, but I'm just sort of... I'm astonished. Well, the number one job on the list I didn't know existed. So there you go.
Sure.
Yeah.
But child care workers. What's wrong with us? How can child care workers be on this list, including daycare, babysitters, nannies? About $33,000 if you're doing it full time is the average.
Oh, really?
$33,000.
Well,
Man.
and why is it so dang expensive? Like, child care itself is super expensive to pay for, yet they're low in what they make. That there's something wrong there somewhere.
Well, listen.
The math ain't mathin', I think.
The math ain't mathin', sure.
Oh, sure ain't.
Host and hostesses at restaurants and coffee shops make far less than the actual servers.
Of course.
Which makes sense. But they're on those cashiers averaging about $31,000 a year. A cashier, like at anywhere someone who's just manning a register, that's what you're making. Last time I worked a cash register in 1989, I made $5,600 a year, and I lived like a king. But then again, I was living in a hovel.
Oh,
so
yeah, that'll do it,
Sure.
right?
That's all that took.
Mm-hmm.
What about like usher at a ballpark or something like that? I feel like the fun jobs probably don't pay very much.
No, on the list, but to your point,
okay.
but you're outside. If you're a usher at Target Field, man, come on.
Yeah.
81 times a year, you're like, what's up, man? How you doing? Hey, we'll get him today. That's a good social gig right there.
I know.
For sure.
I was asked once if I wanted to work a summer as a vendor at a baseball stadium.
Okay.
And I did not do it, and I've regretted it ever since. And it's hard work to be slinging beer through the bleachers at a ballpark for a summer.
Yeah.
But it also would have been awesome for that very reason, man. I mean, who's more beloved than the beer guy?
The beer man. Wally the beer man, most beloved man in Minnesota.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I think the beer vendors actually do pretty well.
Oh, they do. Yeah,
they're
everyone's tipping them.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first time I went to a game at Fenway Park, I couldn't believe it. I'm in the middle of the hoi polloi out there in right field, and guy comes down the aisle. We all order beers, and everyone just passes them down to you.
Yeah.
Very tight quarters, not a lot of leg room. Everyone was really short when they built that stadium, apparently. But every time you'd pass your money, and then they pass them down, and everybody that passes your beer takes a sip.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. It's like
Seriously?
the tax for being in the middle of the aisle. Everyone just takes a tiny little sip. And the first time that happened, I'm like, are we about to throw hands? And my friend's like, no, dude, that's what we do. I'm like, what, are you crazy?
That's what we
And
do?
I watched everybody do it the whole game. It's just not a big one, but just like, thanks. Doop, doop. It's just like a tradition. I was like, yeah, I'm never going to live in Boston.
Like making out with all those people.
Yeah, a little crazy.
Either I'm going to get seats on the aisle.
How about this? Here we go. The number one job for the lowest paying job in America, the average, every one of these is between $30,000 and $34,000. Shampooer.
A what?
Would have never thought of that.
Not someone that shampoos your rugs, but at hair salons, there's usually someone whose only job is to shampoo the customer's hair.
A shampoo boy.
A shampoo
That's
man.
real?
Hi, I'm your shampoo boy, Foster, and I'll be watching. No, I mean, it's an entry-level job when you're trying to be a stylist, but they start you off by, I don't know, by far the most intimate part of the process.
It's one of those spots where you're earning it, right? Learning the ropes, etc. They don't have a shampooer at Great Clips where I go.
No.
Dang,
Yeah, that's where Mom would take us to, and that would be her, like, one treatment is we all get a shampoo. It was like her day at the spa was getting shampooed at Great Clips.
Oh, I've had a shampooing or two, but it was always from the person who's cutting my hair. And when they got your head back and they're doing that, and by God,
you can fall asleep like that.
Oh, I have.
So relaxing.
Make no mistake, I have gone full snore in a 38-second shampooing of my head.
I'm falling asleep right now thinking about how great that felt.
For the record, absolutely true fact. I've also fallen asleep in the dentist chair. What can I say?
Are you serious?
Oh, more often than not.
Wow.
Yeah. It's the best way to get through it. Just go to sleep.
Oh, I'm so jealous of that.
Oh,
Some people pay quite a lot of money to fall asleep in the dentist chair.
That's very good. That's a very, very good fact.
You're doing it for free.
I drop my phone 3 times a week, maybe 4. I drop my phone all the time. I don't know why it is. Ask my kids or my wife. I am forever dropping my phone. I'm just going to the pocket quickly, and it just doesn't make it somehow. I don't know what it is.
Do you have the good screen protector and the OtterBox and everything to keep that thing in isolation?
Oh yeah, I got whatever. I mean, I learned that lesson the hard way. It's like no, I got to protect it. But and it maybe I remember I used to have. The first time I got an iPhone, there was a company called Griffin that made stuff for cell phones.
Yeah,
sure.
They were based in Nashville where I lived, and they used to sponsor my show. So I had all this stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, I forgot about those guys. That was a cool place.
Humble brag.
I had a phone case that was designed. It was like, you can drop this in fire. You can do whatever you want with it. Okay. And so I used to just throw my phone just as a party gag,
Yeah.
But this isn't that now. I just have a normal case now. It's just one of those things. I am butterfingered with my phone. And I mean, yesterday I walked out right here, walked into the main lobby, and all of a sudden I'm like,
on the floor.
And it's sliding across the floor. It's one of those things. But I've never dropped it in a toilet. I haven't had one of those moments where it's like, oh my God. I drop it so often that I guess it's eventually going to happen. Have you ever dropped a phone somewhere where you were just like, oh no, ever?
I haven't dropped it, but I've taken it. I've told this before. I've taken it into a pool with me. It was in the pocket of my swim trunks.
Oh no.
Yeah, that was not ideal. And you know what? We've talked about this as well. The rice bag trick worked.
It did work for you.
It did work, yeah.
Okay.
That one.
Ryder?
Yeah, it was at a Wild game, and I was hanging out in the KQ suite, and I went to the bathroom, and it was in my back pocket. And usually, if I'm in a public restroom, I take it out and put it somewhere else because I know it's gonna. And so did what I had to do, was pulling up my pants. Boom, out comes the phone. It was the one time I was super thankful that the automatic flusher had gone off early. The one and only one time.
Yeah.
So I did have to grab it out of the toilet because he can't leave it.
Yeah, right.
But at least it was clean water.
That's very good. Yeah, that helps.
I'm having anxiety just talking about it.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
Well, it's
absolutely.
It's an anxiety plague situation. 651-989 Rock. I want to know if anybody's ever dropped a phone somewhere where they just had to leave it be, as they say. The average American, they say, drops their phone 10 times a year. I would love to be 10 times a year.
10 times a year?
It's 10 times a month,
Yeah, I was just going to say, and I don't think I don't think you're like some weird anomaly. I think 10 times a month is, like, I just got a different case. I had the same kind of cases for years, and in an effort to save money, of course, I got this one, and it's got, like, rounded edges, and so I constantly, like, lose it because it doesn't have the clunky edge.
So you jumped into a pool, forgot it was in your pocket, but what if you were fully clothed and you're at a pool and your phone ends up in the pool? Do you jump in with clothes to save it?
1,000%.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
In fact, I'm sitting here thinking, what length would you guys not get your phone back?
See, I would immediately assume it's a goner. I guess I would be wrong based on your experience. If my phone falls into a pool, I'm just walking away. I'm like, it's fried. It'll never work again. I'll just get a new one. But I guess that's stupid of me to assume.
I just hate getting a new phone.
That's exactly
I do
what I was
too.
going to
Like,
say.
it's such a pain in the ass. You've got to re-sign into every app. You've got to transfer
I get it.
all of that crap. I will use my phone until it is no longer usable.
What about a? Sorry,
that's okay. Go ahead.
What about a dumpster? Would you jump into a dumpster? Would you dumpster dive to save your own phone?
Jumped into a dumpster for way less, man. Like a loaf of bread. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, that's great.
Delicious.
Where is the worst place you dropped your phone, and did you go in and get it back?
Jeannie called in. She was driving and didn't want to hang on the line. She said her girlfriend dropped the phone in the porta potty at the campsite.
Yuck.
Oh, that's a goner.
They left it.
That is a goner.
But spent the whole weekend just calling the phone to freak people out. Genius.
That is great.
That is great.
That's really good.
Did you say that was Gina?
I believe so. Jeannie.
Oh, Jeannie. Okay, because I was going to say, we have a text from Gina.
What did
Like,
Gina
maybe
say?
she doubled down.
No.
Gina says that she worked at the airport. I was waiting for the little tram where there are the doors, and I dropped it between the door and the tram onto the track.
Oh.
When I was getting on, there was no way to get it.
Yeah.
That right there is the definition of a horror story.
Yeah.
Because just all you
It's
can do
a
is
goner.
go, all right, see you later, phone, bye.
I totally spaced on this, but I was in New York City, and I watched a guy drop his phone right off the it bounced on it right at his feet, platform right onto the track, and he stood and he was staring at it, and me and about 6 other people went, no, dude, you could see him doing the match. Should I jump down there? And I'm like, hey, yeah, you ever heard of that thing called a third rail? You're gonna get about 8 billion volts. Everybody's like, dude, it's not worth it. He's like. And he kind of looked up, and he's like, it's right there. We're like, no way, man. Do not jump down there. But he was thinking about it.
That's the worst.
Yeah, and I really, it was more just you don't want to get down there with the rat. I'm sure there's a rat down there who's about to come by with a pizza.
Oh, man. I might jump down for that pizza, too.
You know what?
Come on.
You know what? I dropped the
New York
phone.
Slice?
Dude.
I had a phone go just in my car, like between the seat and the little center console.
Yep.
And that took me, that was like, I can see it. My hand's just a little too thick or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And that was, I was like, Marley, come out here. She's like, what? I go, let's go. I need the smallest hands I can find.
Yeah.
She had to retrieve that bad boy. Yeah, that was rough.
Good work, Marley.
All right, this one from Wisconsin. Don't have a name. My kid dropped his in a fire pit.
Ooh.
Now, it wasn't the text that explains it wasn't a raging fire. It was more smoldering ash, but still incredibly hot. They said we got it 3 hours later, and believe it or not, it still worked thanks to the protective case.
Oh,
Don't you have like
yeah.
some sort of a grabber that you can grab the phone out of the...
Man.
You got the
fire?
poker, but I mean, it doesn't grab anything. So
See, like, I would try and
flinging
find-
hot ash out.
I'd find 2 pokers and turn it into a tongs or something like that. I'd do something to get it out of there.
If I dropped my phone in a fire pit, I would think that the universe was finally telling me, it's okay,
Yes.
Steve, let it go.
Yes.
And don't replace it. That's how I would interpret that. I'm feeling Minnesota, and what better day to feel Minnesota than the opening day of the fair? Cooper and Lee today, 11 to 1. Come on out and see us. You'll be there at 10, Fletcher.
I'll be there.
Good luck.
Right on.
Gorman in the morning. Coming right back. 92 KQRS. Streaming from 92KQRS.com. Gorman in the morning is back. 92 KQRS.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you very much.
Gorman in the morning, Minnesota's 92 KQRS. Today, Cooper and Lee, the intersection thereof.
Woo.
We will be hanging from 11 to 1. Come and see us at the fair. Rank you very much for today. What else could it possibly be? Let's rank top Minnesota State Fair foods.
Game on.
651-989-ROCK. Feel free to text in your top 3. Let's get to it. Ryder, I'm going to ask you to give us your number 3, please.
Okay. Beer is a food, right?
Yes, it is.
Yes,
No.
it is. No.
Oh, yes, it is.
We nixed whiskey the other day.
This
How
is
beer?
different.
Oh.
This is the State Fair.
Wow.
This is the State Fair.
I'm going to allow it, but I'm standing here in objection.
That's fine. No,
Your objection has been duly noted.
It has been.
Beer is a food.
Beer is a food.
Yes, and it's the one goofy beer that I like. Usually I want my beer to taste like beer, but the
Yep.
one that I go back to, the one specialty over and over again, is the dill pickle Kolsch at Giggles,
Yep.
right by the KQ Outdoor Lounge.
Interesting.
That is my number 3, and it's my one goofball on a list of, I'm going to say, classic State Fair foods.
Yeah, no, you know what? No argument here. And maybe we'll talk about it more. Who knows?
Okay.
We'll just see what happens.
Wow.
But I'm also a fan of the dill pickle Kolsch.
All right.
I'm a fan of Kolsch generally.
Yeah, me
and
too.
when you're going to throw a little pickle flavoring in there, come on. Let's get to it. So, all right, we're off and running.
That's interesting. That sounded like foreshadowing a little
I've
bit.
got a plan already.
Fair enough.
And it's got Excedrin written all over it later. All right, Fletcher, number 3. Let's have it.
No shock, I don't have beer on my list. It's all about the food for me.
Yep.
Traditional, actual food
Okay.
that you have to chew. And I'm going to start with. I'm going to start in the food building. Actually, the wild rice cheeseburger is absolutely
Really?
Because you think like, is there a great burger? We're kind of a burger town, sort of in Minnesota. Mm-hmm. And then you think, is there a burger at the state fair?
Okay.
And it's not really known for one.
Right.
I'm
No.
telling you that the wild rice burger is legit. It's a wild rice beef patty. You get cheese on it, white cheese. I don't know if it's provolone or if it's American, whatever. And then you can choose to add caramelized onions. And I'm telling you, it's phenomenal in the food building.
So it is beef, but with it's got
With wild rice in it, yeah.
In the patty, like all mixed in.
Yeah.
Interesting. I've never
I don't
heard
know
of such a
about this
thing.
one.
Well, and I'll be honest.
It's not mobile. You can't move with it.
Oh yeah, you can. It's in a wrapper.
Really?
Yeah, it's in a wrapper. You walk
Okay.
and eat. Yeah, it's a piece of cake. You don't put a bunch of junk on it. And admittedly,
Hang on, is it a piece of cake or is it a burger?
it's a burger.
Okay.
Admittedly, I thought the same thing, Ryder. And the
All
only
right.
reason I tried it is a friend of mine. He knows the owner. He's like, go talk to him, tell him, and he'll give you
Okay.
one to try. And now I'm hooked, and I buy one a couple of them every year.
I like it. All right, I might take a crack at one.
All right, so
All right.
number
My
3.
number 3, guys. I'm just gonna go straight chalk here. Okay, if we were picking if this was a men's bracket, I'd probably be going with the favorite. Sorry, I don't have years of experience. This is only my 3rd run.
Mm-hmm.
But that said, it's not. But there's no lack of passion by what I'm about to talk about.
Okay.
My number 3 is just straight up fried pickles.
It's dude.
Never had them until my first state fair in 23.
No way.
No, I mean I'd had them
Okay.
like occasionally, but I'd never had like a whole order. Or in the case of 2023, I'd never had 4 servings of them. I'm not making that up.
Good for
I
you.
stood there at the corner of Cooper and Lee, first time in town, and just strapped on a feed bag. I will do my best not to eat that many today, but I'm telling you, there was just something about that experience. I'm
Yeah.
salivating. I'm
Yeah.
not making that up.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
talking about it, and I'm getting a charge. Fried pickles at the fair, an introduction for me, a couple years ago. Very special. I'll be banging some down in a matter of hours.
I love to pick apart your choices, but I can't on this one.
Yeah.
In fact, my mom, who listens regularly and loves Steve Gorman, one of the 2 things she has to have at the fair is the fried pickles.
Sure.
And I don't think there are a lot of people that'll argue with you.
No.
Do you
It's-
dip in ranch or do you do them clean?
I do them both. I do both.
Yeah,
I go
Okay.
back
both
and
ways.
forth.
Yep.
My one hang up on the fried pickle place, and I think this might have changed last year, was for a long time they were cash only. So then I'd be there cashless and be like, oh crap, no fried pickles this year.
Well, this is why it's great to
Wow.
be me. People just kept bringing them over. I don't know how much they cost. I don't know how they were paid for. I just kept eating.
Maybe we should do during the fair, Thank You Very Much every day and just shout out different places so they'll bring us
They'll
food.
bring us free food.
That's a pretty good idea. All right, Ryder, let's get down to our number 2s.
Number 2, Tom Thumb Mini Donuts. It's my favorite breakfast
wow.
at the fair. I love that cinnamon sugar that they put in
Yeah.
there. It is
Wow.
mobile. The one drawback is you got to give it, like if they get them hot off of the little fryer thing, you
Yeah.
got to give it at least one lap around
Yep.
wherever so they don't burn you. But
Yes.
man,
Yeah.
Mini Donuts, chef's kiss.
We're twinning over here, you and me, kid.
Oh.
That's
Man.
crazy to me because like working part-time for the Wild and the Frost, you smell the mini donuts the second you walk into Excel Energy Center.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And every now and then I'll break down and get them, and it never delivers. The smell is always better.
Yeah.
But I haven't ever had the Tom Thumb ones,
Oh.
and I haven't had them at the fair. So I'm going to
Wait.
reserve judgment.
I mean, you've been going to the fair for, I'm going to ballpark, decades, and you've never had mini donuts?
Correct.
Wow.
I
Okay.
mean, there's a lot of choices.
All
Here's
right.
the thing: if you were to wander over with some today, I might ask you if I can steal one and try, and then I'll make judgment.
Okay.
All right, let's get well then Fletcher, what is your number 2?
My number 2 is you said the same thing you said about pickles, where you think about it and you start salivating.
Mm-hmm.
There's one thing that I will get every single day that I'm there, and that is corn on the cob. The corn roast is like, I learned that I'm pretty sure it's no, it's not the University of Minnesota, but the corn roast has their own field where they grow this specific corn. I love corn on the cob.
Yep.
My mom was a farmer.
Yep.
Grew up
It's
on a
there.
farm, I should say. It's the best
It's there.
corn on the cob that you can ever put in your mouth, ever, anywhere. It's
You
phenomenal.
can't make this you can make corn on the cob at home.
It's not even close. It's not even close to the same or nearly as good.
I was traumatized by having to shuck corn as a
boy.
kid.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Me
This
too.
is a hard pass for me.
Man.
A, you don't have to peel the husks.
Yeah.
You don't have to do the work.
You just
and then on top of that, it's just better. It's phenomenal. And it's affordable at the fair too.
I've had it, and it is great. I hate to just spit in the wind here, but look, I'm not a sweet person. I don't eat dessert.
No,
I don't
me
eat
neither.
candy. I'm not at all into that. But I'm sorry, I'm going Tom Thumb Mini Donuts for my number 2.
Nice.
I ate 500 of those bastards last summer. Watching them swim. All those little suckers swimming in that oil or grease or whatever the hell it is. It's like watching a Rube Goldberg machine. It's just like, I'm just, does it have to be this complicated? No, but it's great to watch.
You got attached, it sounds like.
I put that, and Rosemary's the sweet tooth. I'm not.
Yeah.
And she's like, ooh, let's get mini donuts. I'm like, yeah, whatever. And then I just watched them swimming and doing the whole machine. And then she bought a bag, and I ate one. And went right back, and I said, I need a bag of those. And I she was like, what is happening? I said, I have no idea. I put down, and we went to the fair 3 times last year, and I had a bag every time. And I just was like, stop me, please, before I kill again.
So during state fair time, you were basically, your body composition is pickles and donuts.
But so far, that's exactly right.
Fair enough.
651-989-ROCK. Let us know your top 3 fair foods. Before our number ones, just a few texts, please.
Oh, man, it's hard to pick just a couple, but Tubby is representing. He is so right. He wants to note the Gizmo. It's an Italian beef sandwich. I've only had it once, maybe twice, but it is so freaking good.
All right.
I think that's
100%.
pretty close to us, where we are at Cooper and Lee.
It is.
Nice.
It is very close. Yeah.
Okay.
From a 612 number, they ranked their top 3: pickle pizza, fried pickles, corn dog.
Nice. Okay.
I'll mess
can't
with
go
the
wrong.
pickled pizza. Yeah.
There's no wrong answers. I mean, some answers are more right than others, but none of them are wrong.
Well, another one sent in a top 3. I'm not going to list them all, but their number 3 was Martha's Cookies. That I think is the most overrated thing.
Oh,
at the
really?
The biggest thing at the fair is the most overrated thing at the fair.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Have I established that I'm a sugar nerd?
Yes.
Yes.
You have.
They're too sugary. If I'm saying that, you got a problem.
I $4 million in your face to that agreement,
apparently.
but apparently so. All right, let's get to our number ones without further ado. Ryder, what do you got?
It's simple. It's straightforward. It's cheese curds.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't need the weird seasoning. You don't need to dip them in anything. They're
Yep.
usually pretty budget friendly. It's like $6 or $8. You're not spending over $10. Yes.
Are
Nice.
you always going to Mouthtrap, or will you venture? Are you not picky?
I'll go to whatever traditional places, whatever
Okay.
whoever is doing the state fair circuit and is just close by. Yeah.
Fair
Right,
enough.
right on.
Fair enough.
Yes.
All right, very solid. So you went beer, donuts, and cheese curds. That's a recipe for good living.
Yes, it is.
Not for very long, but it's great while it lasts. Fletcher, you're number 1.
One more text that I want to shove in here before I get to mine.
Okay.
Liz had backed up my wild rice burger, but that's not why I'm bringing it up. She said bacon on a stick, which it seems like it's expensive.
Yep.
And you think it's bacon on a stick.
Yeah.
It's so damn good.
Yeah, yeah.
Holy buckets, is
Been
that
there.
good. All right.
Been there.
My number 1 with a bullet, it's not even close, is the mini apple pie. You think of a Hostess apple turnover you'd get out of a vending machine back in the day.
Right.
Except everything is fresh.
Yeah.
Also, they don't use any butter or lard, which I have no idea how they're able to make it flaky and crispy like they do.
Right.
Really?
And then they serve it with a scoop of Kemp's. It's as Minnesota as it gets. It's the
Right.
best apple pie I've ever had.
No, I saw a thing about how they do that without butter and lard,
Okay.
and the fact is they lie. They use tons of both.
They don't.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, no, I know.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, no, I know.
folks. It was a joke.
I
But-
believe they're right by the dairy building
They
with
are.
all of that butter.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yep. Yeah, but the idea is it's already going to be a deep fried gut bomb.
Yeah.
They didn't want to make it worse, and
Got
so
it.
they went for months to
Yep.
get it right.
Wow.
I'm
So
Okay.
good.
But I've had it. I mean, I agree. It's great, but it doesn't get in the way of my mini donuts, though.
Fair enough.
Watch out.
Yeah.
All right,
What's
my
your
number
number
one. Me and Ryder, just a pair here.
Oh.
I'm going to specify. It's beer. It's specifically the dill pickle Kolsch, but even more specifically, it's the second dill pickle Kolsch of the day. Okay.
Why is that?
You knock back that first one a
Yeah.
little too quickly, right? You got to take the edge off all the fried pickles. So the first one goes down quick.
Okay.
You grab that second one. Everything's starting to slow down a bit. It's like a quarterback, your 4th or 5th season. The game's at like 2/3 speed all of a sudden. The fair, everything just sort of falls into place. That's when I feel good. I'm at the fair, the sun is shining. Yeah. Suddenly, all the conversations, all the noise, all the smells, it just all gels. It's like leftovers. It tastes better the next day. I'm going to embarrass myself in a couple hours, but for right now, it's all right, perfect. I haven't overindulged. I'm sipping it's that first sip of the second dill pickle Kolsch. That's the fair, baby. That's Apex fair experience for me.
And do you hear, while all of this is happening, do you hear from above?
No, it's not so much
there?
that. No, it's
just a heartbeat in slow motion. I feel
it's kind of what it is. It's like, and
the game slows down for you.
What I hear and work with me here. Okay. It's moving in stereo by the cars.
Oh,
it's as if Phoebe Cates is approaching me, taking off her top, but she's not. But it's that same. It's all the excitement of that moment.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Fantastic.
That's what it is.
For sure.
First sip of the second dill pickle Kolsch, probably around. We're getting there at 11. It'll be about 7 minutes after 11 that I experienced that today, and I cannot wait.
All right.
Plan.
We've been talking off and on throughout the day about the worst place you ever dropped your phone, and did you go back and get it, or did you leave it? A lot of text messages have come in, a whole lot, but I did want to share one thing with you. There's a game you can download on your phone called Send Me to Heaven, or at least you could until Apple banned it.
Really?
They said, no, we're not doing this. Here's how it worked.
Okay.
You use your phone's accelerometer, listen to me. And it measures how high you throw it. It's a game.
Fun.
You throw your phone, and then, of course, you have to catch it before it crashes to the ground.
Yeah.
And it has anti-cheating measures, so it knows if a phone's thrown off a tall building, it won't accept that.
Okay.
Rather than by hand. It displays an error message if the distance fallen exceeds the ascent. Right?
Right.
Gotcha.
It knows. It knows.
Got it.
And players compete on global leaderboards. The reason Apple said we're taking this off of our platform, the inventor of this game, a Czech guy named Peter Swarovski, said,
"Sure.
Oh no, I invented this just to watch idiots ruin their expensive gadgets." And that's exactly what people are doing.
Yeah.
He said, "I love that people have expensive gadgets. They buy them just to show off, and I got thousands of them to throw them in the air so high they couldn't catch them." And he truly developed this game just to watch people destroy their phones.
What an A-wipe.
I just think it's hilarious.
Think it's hilarious.
It is, but he's kind of an A-wipe. I mean, he's,
For the record, the highest was 131 feet.
Ooh.
That someone threw it and then caught it without destroying their phone.
That you have used a slingshot or
pretty
something.
Good. No, it could have been. We'll see. But anyway, the idea that somebody was like, oh, I know what I can do. I'll just get people to willingly destroy their very expensive phones. That's hilarious to me.
Yes.
It is.
And
it's sinister. It's sinister, but hilarious.
Yeah.
Even knowing that this is his goal, I still want to download this app and play this game, and I probably can on my Android.
It is Android. It is still available for Android. That's exactly right. You green texter.
Yeah, that's because that company, they don't care about their people's phones as much as Apple.
Speaking of text, do we have any that you want to share?
You know what? There's one that's worth sharing. Hillary says, my buddy dropped his phone in a porta potty at Rockfest.
Ooh.
It was pretty full, so he reached in and got it.
No. Which one's worse, if you drop your phone in the porta potty when it's full or when it's nearly empty?
I was going to say
if it's empty, you're probably not getting it back.
Right?
If it's full, if you want to, here's the
close to the top there.
There's a punchline at the end here from Hillary. Mm-hmm. The phone didn't work.
Oh my God. That's
poop phone.
I was so shook. I was beyond shook.
Let me tell you something. That's karma. There's something in there's some skeletons in someone's closet, and that's how the universe got you back.
Gorman in the morning. Coming right back. 92 KQRS. Streaming from 92KQRS.com. Gorman in the morning is back. 92 KQRS.
Gorman in the morning, Minnesota's 92 KQRS. Teenage Wasteland. It's going to be me in about 4 hours. It's going to be at the fair. I'm going to be stuffed. I'm going to be feeling good. I'm going to be hugging strangers. It's going to be awful. I can't wait.
Great.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Hey, I saw something about the people talking about the pettiest reason they ever ended a relationship, either with a friend or with someone that you were just hooking up with. But things that, like, why did you just end it cold turkey, snap, it's over? Petty reasons. Is there anything that's not petty? I mean, come on. It's like I would say if you say, "Well, we just couldn't agree on whether we wanted children," that's petty. Now get over it.
Yeah.
Money. We didn't agree on how to do money. It's all petty in people.
Really?
We're petty animals.
All
we're
right.
just No, I don't know. I'm just saying. I was seeing these things about. I'm thinking about friendships. Have I ever ended a friendship or any kind of relationship like that over a really petty thing? And I'm like, I guess maybe. Nothing comes to mind. I can't. I have friends from like third grade still.
Right.
It's just like if we were friends, we're still probably pretty tight.
Yeah.
I think that's what happens when you grow up in a smaller town. Is you can't avoid those people, so you're going to have to get over the pettiness.
That's pretty much true. But I'm just curious. This is the one that jumped off the page to me. They chewed too loud. It just had to get out of a relationship.
Sorry.
Now,
what?
Now, this is an interesting thing. My wife has that. Not all the time at all, but there's just times in her life when suddenly, like, she'll hear someone crunching ice from 100 yards away and go, "Oh my God, I got to get out of this room." Like it's like it'll become too much. And she lives with me, and I'm loud, and I chew, and I burp, and I fart, and I do all kinds of. There's a lot of noises with me.
Human stuff, yeah.
Just human stuff. And every now and again, I'll see a look on her face, and I'm like, "Oh, is this too loud?" And she's like, "What do you think is too loud?" And I'm like, "I am just trying to enjoy some Cheetos. What's the crime?"
Right.
Yeah. So we have that. But were you ever in early days of a relationship? Let's start right there. Like, if you want to call it a casual thing, you're just hooking up or whatever. But was there ever a moment when you just like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I have to leave now and never see you again"? Does that ring any bells?
Sure.
Yeah?
It was like a hookup, and I was doing the drive of shame, taking him back to his car on the other side of town.
Yeah, that's a problem.
And he started,
Sure.
and if you like this song, we can totally still be friends, but you're not going to see me naked. He started singing along to Tesla Signs, and I'm like, this is not the boy for me. And I was like, we're going to drop him off at his car, and maybe we'll say hi at the bar, but that is going to be the end of that.
I never had that, but I did. I think I mentioned this before. There was one time a girl I've seen a few times, and then she called me Funny Face. Hey, Funny Face.
Oh.
And I was like,
why?
Oh, that's a weird thing. I don't know, but that was like she thought that was a term of endearment, and now I immediately went to that's what Priscilla Presley calls Frank Drebin in the Naked Gun movie. Funny Face. and so I thought, well, that's an odd reference, and then she said it again, and it wasn't. I don't think she'd seen that movie. She literally was like, "Hey, Funny Face." And the second time I heard Funny Face, I knew. Like, okay, well, when this day ends, that's the last time we'll be in a room together. And it was. I was like, sorry, I can't. Can't do it.
Are there any musical ones for either of you? Like a band that somebody does or doesn't like that would cause you to cut things off?
Not for me.
I think it probably has happened, sure. I'm trying to think. It's embarrassing if true. But yeah, there's no way in my high school and college and early 20s days that I wouldn't. It wouldn't that I would cut someone off, but it would be an impediment to getting to know them better.
Sure.
An absolute roadblock.
All right.
For somebody that, if they were like, here's another, wow, now it's all coming out. I on a first date with a girl, and she said, "God, you really like guitar bands." And I was like,
okay, that's fair.
Sure do.
Yep.
Yeah.
What other bands are there?
I didn't know there was an option. This is not, yes, I really do like guitars.
There are laptop bands.
Yeah, there are.
There are, for sure.
When I did say to her, well, what would you want to listen to? She said, well, do you like Enya? And I was like, you want to get out of this room? Yeah, no.
Yeah, those things further in a relationship would be ridiculous and petty. But at the very beginning, you're like, you know what? It sets a precedent of like, I don't want to explore this further because of these choices that you've made.
All right, Fletcher, how many dates are you going on with somebody who doesn't like Pearl Jam?
You know what? The tough part is like, now let's just say that my marriage falls apart and I'm dating again.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. It wouldn't bother me at all. In my 20s,
sure,
it wouldn't have been many. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Back when you're full of spirit and you're like full of piss and vinegar, and it's
sure,
like, this band is the band.
Yeah.
Yeah. In my 20s, it wouldn't have been many. You're right. Good call on that.
There
But
we go.
I also never have been super judgmental about music because I had plenty of bands that I was not super proud of. that I liked. In my 20s, I wasn't waving a Beach Boys flag.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It wasn't a cool thing for a catch a wave. What?
Enya sounds like a red flag to me.
Enya is definitely a red flag.
Yeah.
I broke up with my high school girlfriend for the first of 3 times. This was we dated and then broke up and dated and broke up. But the first breakup, we did my whole sophomore year, like from the first week of school. She was a new kid in our school. We started dating, and it went all the way almost a full year. It was like 11 months, and then her sister got married. And I was asked to serve in the wedding as like the altar boy, a Catholic wedding.
Yeah.
And I was not normally an acolyte or altar boy, so I was like, I don't normally do that. And she's like, it's my sister's wedding, and she wants you to do it. And I'm like, okay, fine. So I had to stand up there next to the priest and hand him a sacraments. I don't even know what it was, but I'm standing there. So I'm up on the altar with the priest as the people are coming down the aisle, and my girlfriend was one of the bridesmaids.
Okay.
And she's walking up the aisle, and she had really long hair, but it was all not Princess Leia, that exact thing, but it was like braided and then all up in her head like some sort of a Danish or something.
Like
it looked
buns though,
yeah,
or
no? It looked a little crazy, and she's walking up the aisle and staring at me, and I saw the look on her face, which was, this is going to be us getting married one day.
Nope.
And her face was showing me nothing but a love and a willingness to commit to a life together. And 1 second of that face, and I went, I am breaking up with her tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do it today. I'm not gonna. It's like Don Corleone. I couldn't. The day of his sister's wedding. I can't. No, I waited. But the next day, I was like, hey, this ain't gonna work anymore. I'm sorry. That look on her face just threw me.
I don't think anybody would blame you.
No,
that's fair.
It was just too much.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then school started like 2 weeks later, and she'd gotten actually a new haircut and had these bangs working. I was like, oh, I think I made a mistake. 651-989-ROCK. What is the pettiest reason you ever cut somebody off? No shortage of petty folks in the area letting us in on their situations.
Starts with Clem. I ended a relationship in high school 35 years ago because I wanted to buy a car stereo, not pay to go to prom.
Yeah, my man.
I want to hang out with Clem. Nice work.
Clem, I hope it was an Alpine, because those were sweet.
Yeah.
Scott.
Or a Blaupunkt. Remember that?
Blaupunkt was good.
I think you say Blaupunkt.
That's how they spelt it that way.
Yeah.
How'd they say it? It's spelled like this?
No, man. You got an Alpine? Yeah, I've got a Blaupunkt.
Yeah.
Or Kenwood. Kenwood was good, too, back in the day. Hey, Scott says, while in the Marine Corps, stationed in Japan in the late 80s, dating a girl from back here. Broke up with her because every time we spoke on the phone, she wouldn't stop crying. And when she wrote letters, she would circle the tears on the page.
Hey, my high school girlfriend, who is a wonderful woman, by the way, and thank God she's not listening to this show right now. Another thing that really, when I realized I was in too deep, when she's staring at me like we're getting married, by God. But there was a time on a Saturday afternoon we were just talking on the phone, and I was laying on my couch talking to her on the phone, and I fell asleep. I just nodded off, as I do.
It happens.
45 minutes later, I go, I look, and I'm like, hello? And she's still sitting there. She goes, I was just listening to you sleep. 45 minutes.
No,
she's like, no. She goes, oh, you're so cute. You fell asleep. And I'm like, why are you still here? She goes, I was just waiting.
Oh.
And my reaction wasn't, she's awesome. It was, get me away.
Yeah, you know why? Because you know what you heard?
Yeah.
I was listening to you sleep.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
One more from our pal, Rochelle. Any time somebody says country music is their favorite genre, I can't vibe.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
The great Bob Newhart. The truly great Bob Newhart, one of my favorite quotes of all time. He said, I don't like country music, but I would never want to denigrate those who do. And for the people who like country music, denigrate means put down. Come on, that's great.
Thanks, Bob. Yeah.
Come on,
That's
Newhart.
classic Bob Newhart right there.
That's as good as it gets right there, ladies and gentlemen.
Buddy.
651-989-ROCK. Keep the petty. What if somebody said, I like Tom Petty, and then you said I can't abide? Yeah, it'd be a petty drop. See? You'd be doubling up. Hey, here's your last word. I just want to give a shout out to good old-fashioned school rivalries and pranks.
Okay,
You know what I mean? Like the old days, stealing the team's mascot and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. In 2004, I was reminded of this, and I remember when it happened. I loved it. Yale and Harvard, a couple of schools of note, Ivy League, they play football, which is hilarious to think about.
Weird.
But they've been playing against each other for forever. And when they play each other, it's known as just simply the game. If you're a Yale, you hate Harvard.
Yes.
If you're a Harvard student, you hate, these are our rivals. And in 2004, a bunch of Yale students dressed up as members of Harvard's pep squad before the game.
Crafty.
And walked right onto the field because, college athletics, the secret no one tells you is you can go anywhere you want. They handed out those placards to the Harvard student section to hold up.
You're going to put them in the air.
And you're going to put them in the air. And they said, like, when we give you the signal, hold all these up. The crimson and white cards, blah, blah, blah. And then once the game started, it was on TV. They went and signaled, still acting as if they were members of the Harvard pep squad. The actual Harvard pep squad apparently didn't notice there was a bunch of extra members that day.
So weird.
Long story short, they signaled the fans. They all held up their placards, and in big red letters over a white backdrop, it said, "We suck." I mean,
so simple.
It's so simple. That's exactly right. The simple things in life are always the best. And I just wanted to say, I don't know anything about Yale. I probably wouldn't care to know any of those people, but good job, guys.
Nice work.
That's nice work. Hey, tomorrow on the show, we are going to play a game called Double or Nothing, and we're going to be giving away Bert Kreischer tickets.
Yeah.
September, 20th at the X.
Uh-huh.
That's a very funny man.
Yes.
Our buddy Stephen Hyden's going to come in and hang out with us for a while, so that's going to be a fine Friday. We may or may not talk about the fair a little bit.
Yeah.
Because we're going over there right now.
Yes, we are.
Corner of Cooper and Lee.
Gorman in the morning is also Gorman on the go. Get the 92 KQRS app and stream live or catch the Gorman in the morning podcast anytime. 92 KQRS.